Ek Samvaad at Arunima Ankuran. Today we are in conversation with Mr.Sanket Saraf about empowering children through Waldorf Education. Our guest, Mr. Sanket Saraf, is the founder of Nagpur Waldorf Inspired School, and he's an educationist who is helping children to blossom and bloom to their fullest potential. Warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Pragya ji.
A pleasure. It's a pleasure. A word about Arunima Ankuran. This is an initiative for positive social change through self-development. The goal is greater well-being and happiness for all. At Arunima Ankuran, we believe that each person is unique and special in some way, that each person can make a difference, that each person can create an impact, and that's what inspires us to keep going. So our guest today is an educationist, and he's the founder of Nagpur Waldorf Inspired School, and also the founder of 3 Tender Steps preschools in Pune. The heart of Waldorf method is that education is an art. It must speak to the child's experience. To educate the whole child, his heart and his will must be reached as well as the mind. Arunima Ankuran supports the idea that every child is a winner and is happy to share ideas with an enthusiastic educationist like Mr. Sanket Saraf. And we look forward to having an interesting discussion with you. So let's start, with your own journey. Just talk to us a little bit about how you got into this domain and what inspired you to become an educationist.
Well, I'm a second generation educationist, as you well know. Mrs. Nisha Saraf is my mother. Education has always been part of my family, my bringing up, and my journey to this stage of joining the school. Um, the journey for me, as far as the education, uh, joining in the education uh, school as concerned, is because uh, we we have a school already. It's a very well established school, started in 1994 by the name of Chanda Devi Saraf School. Um we wanted to one modernize it, bring it up to date with many modern facilities. So that was one reason why I joined the movement. And the second is that there were also some other thoughts regarding education that we wanted to bring to the audience in Nagpur, that we felt was necessary for uh, the city, which were not being taken care of adequately by other schools in the region. That is the reason why we started the Waldorf School particularly. So both of these are running concurrently. There is no issue in my mind that a mainstream school is running alongside a Waldorf school, although they follow radically different ideologies and methodologies of teaching. Um, because they cater to different sets of audiences, they cater to different sets of students coming from different backgrounds, and also they produce different individuals. Like a world of education will produce very different individual than a mainstream school produces, because of the method that he's getting brought up in. Um, yeah, so both of them are close to my heart, and we want to see that they succeed in Nagpur.
Yes. So it's a wonderful thing to bring education to more and more people, because Swami Vivekananda said, education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. And I visited the Waldorf school one day, and it was amazing to see the atmosphere that prevails in the place for a child. So, would you like to talk to us little about कैसे शुरू किया, or what were some of the challenges that you face, because this is a new concept, और वो
Mm.
parents को इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए आप क्या मेजर्स लेते हैं? हाउ डू यू make people understand what this model is all about?
There are continuing challenges in having a Waldorf school in Nagpur because it is a traditional city. It's not like a metropolis where there are lots of people coming in from various countries and settling down, and people going out and coming back after the jobs. These are very few people who actually know or value the importance of this kind of open education. Um, but having said that, we believe that if we continue to stay till we have at least the first batch out,
Hmm.
then people will have more faith in the system that it really works in Nagpur. Um, we, in our mind, believe that it works because it has worked in the world, it has worked in many other cities in India.
Hmm.
It is the largest private sector education system in the world. Um, in Mumbai, in Bangalore, in Hyderabad. There are several Waldorf schools. Anybody you ask to in these cities knows somebody who goes to a Waldorf school.
Hmm.
Uh, we have parents here with us who have relatives who know about the Waldorf school through their children or their friends going or enrolling in their children in the Waldorf schools there. So it is something which for which the time has come. Time has come that Nagpur also has a Waldorf school, uh, is given the choice of enrolling their children in Waldorf school for its many advantages. And yes, so that was the thought behind it.
Because I'm already familiar हैं with the philosophy, so I would like you to educate those who are listening in. Actually, है क्या? What is this Waldorf methodology? What is the philosophy behind it, and how it works in real time? So,
Mm.
just talk to us about this.
All right. So Waldorf philosophy is radical philosophy in that it does not use any textbooks as such. So the teacher is very well trained. She has continuous training. Every
Mm-hmm.
year, she goes for a training in one of the other Waldorf schools and gets trained by our mentors, our trainers, who have several years of experience teaching in Waldorf schools in India as well as abroad.
Mm-hmm.
And they execute these plans in the year, during the year, with the support of all their colleagues in the other Waldorf schools in India with whom they have trained. So there is a batch of 20 to 25 teachers from other Waldorf schools that attend the training. And these teachers of our school are in continuous touch with them for getting their doubts answered, for uh, discussing the issues that come up, for various things which normally would have been done by a principal of the Waldorf school,
Mm-hmm.
possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it is a community. A Waldorf school is a community of all Waldorf schools in India through its training, through the training that the teachers attend. Um, and how it is different from the other mainstream schools is the teacher teaches directly to the children without the barrier of a book, which tends to digress attention. It does not hold the attention of the child. But here you are having a teacher who directly is looking at the child's eyes and speaking to the child. So there is much more connection, which is lacking in the current classroom that we see. There is a lot of um, um, respect that children have for their teacher. There is love for the teacher, which sometimes is missing in the current classrooms which we see. because of several reasons. Um, so here, these are some of the differences that I see in the mainstream schools, which I also have been part of a mainstream school, and I have also gone through an education. And the world of education that I see here in Nagpur Waldorf Inspired School. And also, we have visited some of the other Waldorf schools in the world. We have seen the classes and the classrooms. Even our teachers have gone and visited some schools in Hyderabad. So they also are aware of the Waldorf schools, how they are run in other cities, and how well they are run. So we have a job to do. We have a job to um, properly execute what the original founder of the Waldorf School movement in 1918 had, which is Rudolf Steiner, the Austrian philosopher and doctor, uh, the person, the driving force behind the Waldorf movement.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, this is about uh, some of the
Hmm.
differences that we have with the mainstream schools.
So, when the student that Sanket was speaks to the educationist that Sanket is,
Mm.
you went to a regular school and now you're here. So, do you sometimes wish you could have gone to a school like this one, and why?
Of course. So there is a lot of freedom here. I wish I would have gone to a Waldorf school. I wish I could have had the same experience as a student
Hmm.
as I am now, being able to provide to the students who are part of this school. Um, so the one real difference I find is the amount of freedom that children receive. But freedom is also with discipline. It's not freedom that they can do anything in the class. It is freedom of not adhering to a written textbook, to
Hmm.
not spending their evenings in homeworks and assignments
Hmm.
from school and tuition classes from school.
Sorry.
So this kind of education does not require tuitions. It is tuition free. It is stress free on the children, and many parents who are accepting this want their children to grow up in environments that are stress free.
Hmm.
So this is one of the key differentiators possibly between the mainstream schools and our schools. At the same time, I want to reiterate that our students are as capable as the mainstream students to take the board exams, to take the other competitive exams, to stand up for themselves in the world. So it is not that if they are stress free, they will be behind in these aspects. It is a misconception or a fear that parents have that one has to give the student stress so that he can take stress when
Hmm.
he is going out in the world.
Hmm.
It's not like that. The students need to grow up in an environment of love, harmony, affection, so that they are able to have a good development of the self
Yes,
before
yes,
they approach the world, which is full of issues and
yes,
uh, you know, it's a difficult world.
yes, yes. And I was just reading, a beautiful alignment of the head, hand, and heart. That's
Yes.
what this education system is all about. And the parents you just spoke about, I was just about to ask you this next. How do you, communicate to the parents that this model works? And what are some of the questions that they ask you?
Well, we show them what we are doing. We
Mm-hmm.
have a tour of the facilities. The teacher interacts with them. Our principal, Dr. Shanur Mirza, she interacts with the people who come. Um, and we explain them what we do. Other than that, we don't try to convince them. It's to them to see what we are doing and whether it fits in with their philosophies, whether it fits in with what they have in mind for their own children.
Mhm.
Essentially, at the end of the day, it is a partnership between the parent and the school, and we want like-minded people to be part of the school.
Mhm.
Um, so, of course, if it fits in with what they have in mind, if they
Mhm.
agree with the philosophy, then they enroll into the school. So it is not a question of convincing or uh, pressurizing some of the parents to join, but it's a question of finding the right fit
Yes.
for the school. Yeah.
Uh, so, in terms of walking into the classroom, how does the student in a Waldorf school experience the classroom as compared to a traditional one? What is the experience for the student?
Uh, okay. For the early years, it's a very different experience than the early years education in the mainstream. There is no blackboard, green board, nothing in the classroom in the early years
Mhm.
till the 6 years. We don't have writing. We just have orals. So it's a very, very different experience in the early years. And we have now till the fourth grade, children who have gone through our own kindergarten are
Mhm.
there with us in our third standard, fourth standard. So we are finding that after the second and third grade, they have begun to write very well
Mhm.
without having to um, spend a lot of time
Mhm.
um, writing the letters and the numbers in the early years. Uh, it comes out as a flow after the second standard is done. So Steiner had a theory on this. It's basically 7 years, 7 years, 7 years. 7 years, it's basically meant for the hand. You mentioned the three aspects: the head, heart, hands. So the 7 years is essentially the hand in which the physical is what is developed most.
Mhm.
Physical organs, physical activities are most important. The children learn by imitation most. So the kindergarten is adhering to these uh, philosophies which Steiner had and which are followed in the Waldorf kindergartens all over the world.
Mhm.
Uh, we do not have uh, too much instruction given by the teachers. Do this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that. It's nothing like that. So uh, children have a lot of uh, space given to them
Mhm.
to actually imitate what the teacher is doing, and they learn by imitating. So, for instance, if she is making a kheer, so
Mhm.
the children participate in making the kheer along with the teacher. We have we have a cooking day in which
Mhm.
one day is devoted to cooking. So they make the thing which they want to make, and then they consume it. So
Okay.
this is a very different classroom
Mhm.
as compared to the mainstream classroom early years. The grades also are radically different from our mainstream classrooms.
Mhm.
Um, One is, which I already told you, there is no textbook, there is no page number 9,
Mhm.
read this, do this, like this. There is nothing like that. Children make their own main classwork books, and on the basis of what the teacher is trying to teach to them and what the student has learned from that teaching. They make their own textbooks, which they keep with them. And the Waldorf students, some of them have kept all their textbooks all through the grades, and they uh, accord a special place in their life to their main lesson books, what we call as the main lesson books. So in the grades, it is the same physically. There are desks, chairs, the blackboard or the green board, and but then it is very different method of teaching. Right?
There are some psychomotor activities I think that the children indulge in so that they know what they're capable of doing. I think that's a little lot of experimentation is involved in the initial stages of the classroom education.
It's not experimentation. It's basically going through. You're talking about the early years, I believe, right?
Uh,
The kindergarten.
yeah, from the point of the view of the student. Uh,
Yeah. So we have a set of exercises that we think are very essential to development in various stages of
mhm,
growth of the children,
mhm,
which are missed out in the mainstream school because essentially they're not done at home because parents don't know better, and at the mainstream schools because they haven't been given the brief to do these particular exercises which develop their own physicalities. So it is the time of the growth of the physical organs inside, and these exercises help to do just that. So um, even if one has missed out on certain exercises, if he or she was, if he or she had joined us, let's say, in the year 3 or year 4, and if she's missed out on some of these growth exercises, then these exercises to help to develop the organs which have been missed out in this particular cycle. Our teachers are trained to do this, as you say, psychomotor uh, exercises with the children. They involve crawling, they involve back walking, and several other things which are there.
mhm.
Teachers are trained to do this and they execute it with the children.
When a student enters the Waldorf school, what age is ideally recommended? When should they
Three
join?
years.
3.
3 years is the ideally recommended age for the kindergarten, and 6 years is the age for the grades.
Hmm.
Uh, Before that, also some of the parents they want to put their children in play groups, and we allow that to happen. So before 3 years also they can join the school as such.
What is the role of the teacher in the classroom? See, because to someone who is uh, conversant only with the traditional model where the teacher comes in with the books and the students says she says open your books and start reading, and that's how it works. So how different is the role of the teacher, and what is the training that the teacher undergoes all about?
Okay. So in the grades, it is the role of a benevolent authority. So the teacher is an authority figure in the class,
Hmm.
but at the same time, she has a lot of benevolence in her, in the sense
Hmm.
that she has a lot of compassion. She's got feeling for the children in her class. She will not scold unnecessarily any child, and physical force is totally not allowed. So it is out of the question. For the kindergarten teacher, it is more like home away from home, place of a mother maybe, that the teacher assumes in school, and she trains the children by doing the activities that she wants the children to do after her or imitate after her. So
Hmm.
this is the method of teaching that the teacher uses. She will not force people to imitate her, but because the group is doing that activity, the
Hmm.
children themselves they start doing that activity after a few iterations.
Hmm. Okay, I'm so curious to know. Can you talk us through one actual, like, how would the class proceed and what any particular example of something that the teacher comes to teach and how it works, like how it rolls out really?
Uh, okay, so there is something called as a story time, in which the teacher tells a story.
Hmm.
Um, in the kindergarten, let's say, we'll sort of take the example of a kindergarten. So she will prepare the table in which she has all the props ready, which can include dolls and which can include cloths denoting, let's say, water or grass. A blue cloth can denote the river. Green cloth can denote some grass, and she can have some dolls there, which can denote a family, male, and female, child, and then she will essentially put a shroud over this, and she will begin. She will remove the shroud by singing a rhyme.
Hmm.
uh, it's a very dreamy atmosphere in the kindergarten, which we want to promote, which is not the same as the grades, because in the grades we awaken the children to the world.
Hmm.
But with this example that you were talking about, we'll return to the kindergarten for now. It is a dreamy atmosphere, and this entire um, exercise of telling a story um, is very devotional, I would say, devotional, because the teacher will have a lot of um, attention
Hmm.
given to the act of telling a story. This, by the way, again, it's not with a book or anything. She will
Yes, right.
tell it extempore. She will just uh, know the story,
Hmm.
and the images are there with her. She images in her mind. It's a very image, a sense of which image oriented education. So, uh, and she will just speak to the children,
Hmm.
unfold the story. And the children are wrapped in attention.
Hmm.
So will go on for about maybe 6 minutes, 10 minutes.
Hmm.
And she will end by another rhyme, and she
Hmm.
will put the shroud again back on the table. So this is how it is.
Hmm. So the child is able to explore in his own imagination the story, and there's a lot of freedom of choice in terms of how the student learns. Is that right?
Every student has a different experience. Whatever is taught, whatever is learned.
Huh.
Uh, so the learning path is essentially understanding more and more of whatever is discussed in the class.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, so that's. I think that answers your question. I guess if it doesn't, then please ask me again. I'll try to give another better answer.
It does. It does. Uh, Now you were talking also about the assessment part, what is the difference we would see and how would we assess it? Because we don't have a common textbook or a question paper to assess. So how do the assessments happen, if at all they do?
Assessments are there. It is every teacher knows the child inside out. So that is one thing. Um, in the grades, assessments are more formalized. But in the kindergarten also, we give um, uh, thorough assessment of each child at the end of the year in the form of a written essay. We write, every teacher writes the assessment for each child,
Mm-hmm.
which has a lot of meaning
Mm-hmm.
rather than giving them scores over how we did over specific uh,
Mm-hmm.
questions or one examination one particular day in this entire year or something like that. She will give an assessment of the entire year, each day in the year, in the form of an essay of the child. It comes from a deep understanding of what the child is all about, how much he has improved or learned more over the year, what qualities the child has, where all the improvements are required. So it is verbal essay on the child, which has a lot of value for the parent. The parents just wait for the annual assessment
Mm-hmm.
because they are able to action it, and yeah, that's it. For the grades, it is more formalized. assessments.
When you spoke to us about the role of the teacher, I'm beginning to get a sense that the teachers also need to have a good personality fit with the kind of teacher you need in a Waldorf school. So, how exactly do you identify the right people? What are some of the qualities a teacher needs to have to be a part of this schooling system?
Yes, you are right that only specific types of individuals can teach well in a Waldorf setting. Um, One quality that they need to have is passion for the child. Okay, not for teaching as such, but for children in particular. They need to see that they are enjoying what they do. They uh, need to know the language well. If they are teaching in English, they need to know it thoroughly. If a Hindi teacher is there, then she needs to know Hindi thoroughly. Marathi is also taught in our school. So uh, the other aspect is about understanding what we want to execute and imbibing all the inputs that are given by the trainers inside the classroom, which is not easy for every teacher.
Hmm.
So the teacher that we want needs to see that they understand whatever is being passed on by our trainers and mentors and execute that in the classroom. So these are the qualities of the teacher that we are looking for. Not particularly that they need to be, B.Ed or any other uh, examination passed teachers, but qualities that are more important for the proper delivery of our curriculum.
So, you've been doing this for quite some time now. What is the most satisfying part of this venture and bringing this new experience to the parents in Nagpur, parents and children, of course?
So when the parents tell us that they are very happy with the system, when the children are growing well without undue amount of stress, that is the most satisfying part of the school, I would say. Um, and also the satisfaction of bringing something which was not there in Nagpur to Nagpur. So that is another satisfaction we have for this.
And anything that you would like to share in terms of where you intend to go from here? What any future plans that you would like to talk to us about?
There is this Waldorf board in New Zealand that has been approved in India
Hmm.
um, also for its 10th class exams, its 12th class exams. So we are studying that and see whether it will be an apt fit. If that happens, then we will adopt that board in our school, and yeah, that is one thing which we want. The other thing is that we want more and more of like-minded individuals from our city to see this education and how well it can bring up their children and be part of us.
So, thank you so much for being on Ek Samvaad. It was such a pleasure talking to you, Sanketji, and we wish you all the very best and
Thank
keep doing new things and keep bringing the best from the world to this city. Thank you so much.
Namaste.